All right, good morning, everyone. How is everyone today? Paul Tranny diving into creating some album art. If that works for you, so just go ahead and hit like, comment, let me know what's happening out there, world, and I will keep an eye on chat. So thanks so much for joining me. This is all based on a contest that's happening right now that I want to share with you. So welcome. And yeah, kind of want to share this with you, let you know about it, all that good stuff. I'm looking a little shiny today. I'm always looking a little shiny, not sure why, but that's what's happening. So, cool. All right, let's get this party started. I am live on the Adobe Creative Cloud Design channel, also other places. So welcome and thanks so much for joining me. All right, cool. This is what's happening right over here. As I switch screens, you can see there is this art of music album art design challenge going on right now. And I could paste that into chat, into the comments here in a second. But Temi Coker actually is a creative resident that talks about basic compositing techniques. You can see it right in here. And you can kind of check out the brief as well. It kind of goes through a lot of this, but I want to point out a couple things because there's some free assets in here. Thomas Benner in the house. Good to have you, Thomas. Thomas, do you know of Chroma Supply, by the way? Chroma Supply. This is new to me, and there are free assets out there. So if you click on that, you'll have access to Chroma Supply. And check this out. They've given us all these cool paint textures, okay, to use as part of this contest. But the goal is to really create some album art, kind of talk about different ways of doing that, little tutorial right in here. But what you could win is a chance to win a MacBook Pro, Beats headphones, 1 year Creative Cloud as well. So the big thing is, here's the creative brief. You basically have to make an album cover for Lake Stovall, okay? And you want to check out that creative brief, but essentially kind of goes through everything they're about. So it's all right here. You can get that. But basically it's for this San Francisco-based producer, singer, and songwriter. And wants it to be energetic, pink, magenta, blues, deep purple, stuff like that. Now you're aware of the contest. Let's go ahead and move that over. And you can see these are some of the textures that you'll download from Chroma Supply. So shout out to them for giving us all these cool assets and everything. So yeah, Thomas, it's new to you. It's new to me as well. So, but I'm really digging these assets, as you can see here. Thomas, one thing I do is one of my keyboard shortcuts is for tiling all images and then consolidating all to tabs. So I do that a lot. You can see I can go view all of these titled, and I'm going to go to this particular file. Oh, not that one, but this one right here, and this is the one I'm going to work on, Lake Stovall. 1,000 things we can do right in here. Typically what I'll do is I'll start converting all these layers to smart objects because I might need them as well. Here's another thing, Thomas. And welcome, Sarah. My eyes are red. My eyes might be a little red. Maybe I have too much light on me too. I did actually upgrade that light bulb, so I think that's what's happening. Either way, I want to point out another resource for you too, Ariel. Good to have you here, by the way. Not only is there this, and by the way, I'm going to post this to chat right now if I could, really fast, so everybody has this link. This is the contest, just so you know. Just posted that. Let's post that right over here as well. Give me a second. Boom. There it is. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to pin that unpin that comment. Wrong one. Pin. There you go. Art of Music. There it is. So there's also other free assets right in here. Free downloadable templates and images. So again, I can Click on that. You can see those assets right in here. Here's a bunch of templates that I might use. Excuse me. Which are nice. I will probably use this one because I think with my brightly colored images, it'll really stand off really well. And all I need to do is license and save that to what I'm calling album. Remember, it is free. So that is done. Okay, from there, by the way, another reference I want to show you. Check this out. Let's go back over there. This one, images, boom. You have a ton of images available as well. So even if you're not entering the contest, I highly encourage you to. We're giving you these free resources from a number of places, but you could also, you're not required to use those instances, right? Or these assets. You're not required to, okay? So, but these are the Adobe stock images as well that we're giving for free. Way cool. Cool stuff. Like this one I know is going to get used a lot because it's so nice. So what you do is you save it to Creative Cloud. You go to your desktop, boom, it's going to be in Creative Cloud files. You can see I've clicked on it like multiple times, right? Why so many times? I don't know. I didn't think it was working because there was no feedback in the browser, so I kept clicking on it. You might do the same thing. Not to worry, just go to your CC files. You'll see these assets, and from here you can use whichever, any or all images that you want to. As I open up this, here he is, copying him, closing that, pasting that in like that, right on top, right? And converting that to a smart object because I don't know if I need it larger or smaller, and that's what I'm doing. So let's dive into this right now. I don't know what direction this is going to head. I have a couple different ideas. I love the idea of having this like this. This is going to be fascinating, right? A couple different ways I can kind of attack this. This is already looking really strong, okay? Keep in mind, I have these other layers too. Look at this stuff, just amazing work, right? That's so cool. Let's put that texture on top of this one and we'll just play with the layer blend mode. It's an easy thing you can do, right? So we can change this, kind of go into the darkens, say the darker ones, the lighter versions, and typically I'll just kind of click through and see if I find something interesting that I like, okay? So something like this, vivid light might work, okay? Because I'm referencing this creative brief, you know, full of energy. That says look and fill, duotones, contrast, minor blemishes, soft pink, magenta. You know, I kind of want to get those colors in there, but I think this looks pretty good so far. Let's play with this some more. So many things we can do. I can start to move this around and see if I get a good version of that. I can select this layer, add a layer mask, hit B for brush, and start painting. Again, right over here, again with black and removing, kind of removing this shirt. I don't need this shirt, I just want basically his head. So I'm just removing right over there. Notice my flow is actually set to about 19%. That's why I have to go over this a lot. Okay, we got to do some fun things with this text, right? Does it have to be this way? Does it have to be, you know, one complete line? Do we duplicate it? Do we take it? Do we rotate it? Right? And slap it right there on the side, for instance, is just a thought. Not crazy about that. Right, but this is where I start just playing with this content, right? Let's take this line and let me know if you have questions. Yeah. Okay. Yes, perfect. So pasting that in there. And since I kind of like this overlappingness right here, I kind of like this. This text, it has a lot of contrast to it, which I kind of like. Definitely makes it stand out. I would want to maybe make it match these highlights right here. Might be an idea. Okay, but again, I'm just going to start playing with this. Like, does this melt together, right? Does that affect it at all? Is this even working, is what I'm saying, right? But again, this is your process of designing. You know, do we have or make something unique for Lake Stovall, right? Right now, this is all I have. Open to suggestions. Oh, I'm sorry. Polmeco says there's another contest. This is another contest for people not... from not available for people in Poland. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's that way. I apologize. I don't know. I'd have to look in those details. But yeah, will this album art be featured on the hit streaming app Toon City? That is hilarious. That is so funny. Okay, again, you could use this or your own artwork as well. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of a number of things, but let's kind of go through here as well. I can take this text, maybe take another one of these textures as well. And this is I would call this a pro tip. I really didn't need to do this till recently, but I could take these two layers and I can make a new group from layers. Boom, wait for it. Did I actually select it? Sometimes I look up, oh, there it is. Dialogue, so this is the text, right? And check this out. I can make this a clipping mask. So basically I want to put this texture inside of that text. So I usually hold down the Option key. You can also right click and you can see it's right over here, Create Clipping Mask. Okay, so what does it do? Notice how it fills it right in there like that. And this gives me a much more interesting look, kind of what I'm going for, and kind of balances out a little bit of the face, right? Kind of pick up on hints of that, as you can see, just like that. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'm going to save this, put it on my desktop, call it album art. This is really one version that I think is looking pretty strong. And all I did is use one photo, blend modes, and these amazing textures from Chroma Supply right in here. I did not know about this, and I'm absolutely loving it, Thomas, just so you know. And again, I just use this one photo. We're giving you a ton of resources. You get the idea. Okay, fantastic. A couple other directions we can go. We can do a number of things. Just waiting for the ideas to hit me. And let's go right over here because going to libraries. This is also an asset I've downloaded. So what I can do, it says, hey, you know what? Your design here, your design right here. It's this smart object right here. So let's just double click on that. Let's not worry about resolving that because I don't need it. But right in here, inside of this rectangle is where I would put my design. There we are. Taking this content, dropping it right in there, and making sure it's sized appropriately, just to show it off a little better, right? That's what I want to do in this case. Let's just scale it up. Got the automatic scaling. You don't need to hold down the Shift key with the latest version, although if you've been using Photoshop a while, you probably do. Anyway, drop that in like that. And wait for it to apparently convert some colors. So something in there is probably converting from maybe CMYK to RGB. Okay, and it looks like this. Vivid light. Let's take a look at it. This is just kind of curious. I'm glad you're joining me today. Let me know if you have questions. Yes, it's RGB. RGB. Either way, here's the rectangle I've been dealing with. And let me just go back to my album art. Taking a look at this vivid light, 100%. Maybe I accidentally did not scale that down. Maybe that's the problem, because that one looks awesome. These are just such great textures. This is worth it alone since you're watching today. Just getting these textures alone, knowing about it, I'm like, wow, it's pretty awesome. All right. Just so you know, I was working on some other things, and dimension was another way I was going with some of this, by the way. Just a little FYI. Working on something with some 3D and as a little spaceman, right? So just a couple different ideas I have knocking around. Now, let's take a look at this one. super interesting what was happening there. But either way, let's just save this just to show you what this is doing. Splash of color on the face. I saved it. Notice as I save this PSB, it's going to pop up on in the frame on the right, and we can see there it is. You get the idea. Super easy. Now you know. Oh, T. White joining. Sweet. Yes, let me know if you have any more question. John Hayes in the house. Ariel, good to have you here as well. And Sarah. Okay. Not bad. Very straightforward. I think it's almost too straightforward. It could actually be like a much more unique. And I'm not crazy about this. Like there's a number of things I can do to kind of fill this in. I even like that. That looks really strong. Like this is almost too much. But again, it's just something that I would work on for a bit here. And I'm about to go a different direction here in a second. As soon as I kind of see what other opportunities show themselves. Another version. Okay, so let's move on to another design. And again, let me know if you have questions. Hopefully this is updating. I've been going for about 20 minutes. So I really need to kind of wrap this up soon. But let's see what I can get done in a short amount of time. I always think less is more. What if we take this a different direction and start playing with some of this text? I know it looks like Paul Makos mentions a different font from Diablo. That's, I don't know if you're saying this particular font happens to be just Langdon, but I think Diablo sounds like a really cool font. So let's go a different direction with these two and using some of these textures right here. Bring that up. Change this to normal. Let's put that inside Lake. And let's get this one and put it inside of Stovall like that. And then let's scale these two up and have some fun, shall we? The thing about this design is we need to, if they're a new artist, we need to make sure that it's very clear. I like how bold this name is, which is really cool, but we need to make sure we can see all of this text. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to create a new group from layers, which is just going to be that one layer right now. Check this out. Boom. We're going to do the same thing. Clipping mask. Boom. Now I can add a layer inside of that layer group and have some fun right in here. So I can take that A, bring it all the way over like this, maybe remove that chunk, and then we're just going to fill it. Something like that. Again, just working out some ideas. By the way, this font is still editable as well. I'm going to go Langdon is pretty good because I like how bold it is, but really let's go ahead and work on some of the kerning, bringing that together, kind of like that. That's kind of cool as well. So again, just trying different options, as you can see, for this design contest. Oh, font from Diablo the game. Okay, on the cover. Good to know. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Oops. I'm curious as to what that looks like, by the way. Ooh, this is cool. This was actually a mistake I just made, but I'm liking it. If I change that to black, it's looking kind of trippy, but again, could it work for my purposes? Maybe, maybe not. Again, just trying different options for this particular group as part of this contest. And really all I'm doing is having fun designing. And that's what we do for these contests. we give you an opportunity to maybe win something, which is great, you know, win a MacBook Pro. Let's do, put that in there, boop, clipping mask. Oh, there we go. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Just had some issues with some of these different layers because sometimes it's hard to tell if there's a clipping mask or not. But notice how it's indented a little bit. This layer is actually inside of this layer group, but you kind of hardly even notice it, but technically it is. But again, that's what I have right there. Do the same process, having some fun with the name. I'd probably add some additional elements to it, trying to make it simple, but not boring is the goal. So thanks so much for joining me. Greetings from Germany. Good to have you here, Marcus. Again, these little details, I just don't need it. Like, I don't want that right there. And all I'm doing is filling in with black on that layer, but really it's making it this color because this is the clipping mask, right? So again, just kind of cleaning that up, having some fun with it, having fun designing really, because why not? That's what I like to do. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be respectful of your time. Feel free, let me know what you think. Maybe you do something different. I would love to hear and actually see your approach as well. So let me know what you come up with. Right click, let's rotate 90 degrees. Boom. Look at that. I love this texture. So amazing. All right, everyone. Just so good. Look at that. So nice. It's just so nice. Just loving it. All right. I'm going to play with this some more. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate everyone hanging out on this fine Thursday. We've had a massive snowstorm here in Denver. And yeah, I've kind of been holed up for a bit since yesterday. But I'm glad I have internet and can share with you what I'm making. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Feel free, let me know if you have any additional thoughts, but I went ahead and made 2 for this contest. 2 entries. And guess what? I can't even win because I'm an Adobe employee, but I encourage you to potentially win a MacBook Pro, headphones, Creative Cloud. You get it. It's all on that pinned comment or posted link. Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Hopefully my eyes aren't too red. My eyes are just a little red. Right now I'm looking like a shiny penny because I have way too much lotion on because it's so dry here, especially when it snows. But that's Colorado for you. So thanks for hanging out. Everybody have a beautiful day. I really appreciate you. Make sure you call your mom and tell your kids you love them. Something like that. I don't know. All right. Tell somebody they're having a good hair day. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you. Bye.